Evil rarely announces itself. It moves slowly, it smiles politely, it shakes your hand, while quietly calculating where to strike. Not every enemy comes with a warning. Some are hidden behind charm, behind soft words, behind a mask so perfect, you doubt your own instincts before you doubt them. So let me ask you, have you ever felt it? That quiet, uneasy feeling around someone who never shows fear or guilt or real human warmth? What if that feeling wasn't paranoia? What if it was your first and only warning? Today, we expose 5 terrifying signs you are dealing with a true psychopath. Someone who sees emotions as weaknesses to exploit and trust as a weapon to turn against you. Through the lens of Stoic philosophy, rooted in clarity, discipline, and the mastery of fear, you will learn how to see the invisible enemy and walk away before the trap is sprung. If you're still watching, it means you understand that, in a chaotic world like ours, Stoic wisdom isn't a luxury, it's survival. Take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this message to help others find this message before it's too late. And now, let's uncover the 5 terrifying signs that you are dealing with a true psychopath. 1. Complete lack of genuine remorse. A Stoic understands that mistakes are part of the human condition. But so is conscience. When a person wrongs you intentionally or not, a moment of remorse, a flicker of regret is natural. But a psychopath, they feel nothing. Not guilt, not shame, not even discomfort. And that's your first, most chilling sign. They could betray you, humiliate you, even break something sacred. And the next day, they'll eat, laugh, and sleep like nothing happened. If they apologize, it's strategic, a calculated performance to keep the mask in place. But look closer. There's no depth in their voice, no tension in their body, no weight in their words, because to them your pain is data, not consequence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What injures the hive injures the bee." But the psychopath, they were never part of the hive to begin with. They mimic empathy, but they never feel it. And this lack of remorse isn't just cold, it's dangerous. Because without guilt, there are no breaks. No second thoughts. Nothing to stop them from doing it again, only smarter. So if someone repeatedly hurts you, then looks you in the eye with eerie calm, if they walk away from destruction like it's just another Tuesday, you're not dealing with a mistake. You're dealing with a mind that feels nothing. And the Stoic response? Don't beg for remorse. Don't argue for justice. Withdraw, quietly, permanently. Because someone who feels no guilt fears no damage. 2. Persistent deceitfulness and lying. The Stoics believed truth was the foundation of virtue. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it, Marcus Aurelius. But the psychopath lives by inversion. They lie, not out of fear, but out of instinct. Their deception isn't clumsy, it's crafted. Not just to hide something, but to control. A psychopath doesn't lie because they have to. They lie because it works. And over time, the lies aren't just about facts. They're about reality. They'll rewrite events that never happened. Twist your words until you doubt your memory. Swear by promises they never intended to keep. And when you confront them, they'll flip the script. Make you look unreasonable. This is more than dishonesty. It's a war on your perception. The Stoics warned us to guard the mind above all else. Because once someone rewires how you see truth, they don't have to trap your body. They've already trapped your judgment. Watch their patterns. Notice the inconsistencies, the stories that shift just slightly with each retelling. Then ask yourself, why does everything feel off? That's not confusion, that's a tactic. And when a person makes lying their language, you're not in a relationship, you're in a game. The Stoic response? No drama, no confrontation. Simply stop trusting what was never meant to be true, because someone who builds their life on lies will burn yours to the ground without blinking. 3. Expertly shifting blame onto others. The Stoics taught us to take responsibility for our own actions, to look inward before pointing fingers outward. But the psychopath operates by a different code. They never hold the mirror, only the spotlight, aimed at anyone but themselves. When something goes wrong, it's never their fault. They were misunderstood. You were too sensitive. The situation was more complicated than it looks. Their entire identity is built on deflection. They study blame like a weapon, learning how to hand it off so smoothly you're left apologizing for their destruction. And they do it with such calm precision that others start to believe them. Friends turn, doubt spreads, and slowly your credibility begins to erode. Epictetus warned, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." But when someone consistently rewrites every situation to preserve their image, you're not in a disagreement. You're in a distortion field. They don't care about truth. They care about control. And if that means painting you as the villain in their story, so be it. So how do you respond? The Stoic way isn't to fight every accusation. It's to remain rooted in what is real. Don't try to win a game built on lies. Simply refuse to play. Because anyone who refuses accountability can never be trusted with your peace. 4. Calculated emotional detachment. There's a kind of silence that speaks volumes. Not peace, not wisdom, but a void. A complete absence of warmth. The Stoics taught us to temper emotion, not erase it. Be calm in the storm, they said, but never absent from humanity. The psychopath takes this to a disturbing extreme. Their emotional detachment isn't discipline, it's deliberate. They can witness your pain unflinching, hear your cries expressionless, and they don't flinch because they don't feel. Not the way you do. They've trained themselves to mimic human emotion like a script. A well-timed "I care," a practiced hug, a tear when useful. But behind the mask, nothing. When real emotion surfaces, grief, fear, vulnerability, they grow cold, detached, almost annoyed. Marcus Aurelius said, "A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions." And the psychopath's only ambition, control. That's why they detach. Feelings complicate power. So if you find yourself reaching out, only to be met with a void, if someone stares blankly at your heartbreak as if it were an inconvenience, you're not being dramatic. You're standing in front of a person who has shut the door on empathy, on purpose. The Stoic way isn't to resent them, it's to see clearly and walk away, calm, detached, and finally, free. 5. Superficial charm masking manipulation. Not all threats come cloaked in anger. Some arrive smiling, polished, magnetic. The Stoics warned us, be wary of the man who flatters too quickly and listens too little. The psychopath wears charm like armor, smooth words, a steady gaze, flawless timing, but none of it is real. Their charm isn't warmth, it's a weapon. It disarms you, opens the door, makes you trust before you even understand why. And that's the danger, because once they've earned your confidence, the game begins. They mirror your values, echo your dreams, make you feel seen, heard, chosen. Until you're not just vulnerable, you're invested. Then, slowly, they start pulling strings. Guilt, obligation, confusion. You find yourself defending them, even as something inside you starts to shift. This charm doesn't feel safe anymore. It feels strategic, and it is. True Stoic strength isn't coldness, it's discernment. You must train your perception. Learn to see beyond the smile, beyond the compliments, beyond the charm that's too smooth to be sincere. Because someone who always says the right thing, always at the right time, without ever revealing true emotion, isn't connecting. They're performing. The Stoic response? Don't fall for the mask. Don't rage against it either. Just recognize it. And remember, the person who flatters you quickest is often the one planning your fall. Conclusion. The Stoics never promised us safety from harm, only the strength to see clearly and the courage to act with reason. Psychopaths don't always come with flashing warnings or violent tempers. Sometimes they come wearing kindness, charm, even love, and that's what makes them dangerous. But Stoicism offers us a shield, the discipline to observe without illusion, the power to remain grounded in our own judgment, and the courage to walk away from anything that threatens our peace. You don't need to fight monsters. You only need to recognize them and remove them from your path. Because in the end, your mind, your clarity is your greatest defense. If any of these signs felt familiar, don't ignore them. Don't explain them away. Trust your instincts. Trust the stillness within you that says this is not right. Walk forward with quiet confidence, knowing that choosing distance isn't weakness. It's wisdom. And as always, if you found clarity or strength in this video, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who walks the Stoic path with you. It helps more people find truth in a world full of illusion and ensures you never miss a message meant to protect your mind. Until next time, stay sharp, stay grounded, stay sovereign, and never bow to the mask.